I want to pluck something out of the book here that I suspect a lot of people don't know about. They know about the 6 Stanley Cups you won with the Habs, Team Canada 1972, Calder Trophy for the best rookie, Conn Smythe Trophy for the best player in the playoffs, 5 Vezinas for the best goaltender during the regular season. Where on that list of accomplishments would you put the events of March 20th, 1971, when you were in goal for the Habs and a guy named Dave Dryden was in goal for the Buffalo Sabres?
Well, it was special, and I mean, it was special for a lot of reasons. I mean, first of all, Dave's 6 years older than me, and he was who I wanted to be. I mean, he could do everything that I wanted to do. I mean, he could catch a puck, you know, when I would go off my wrist or something. He could field a ground ball in a way in which I could. He could throw a curveball, you know, when I couldn't throw a curveball. And so, you know, he just did what I wanted to do. So finally, you know, he was with Chicago, then he was with Buffalo in the NHL. And here's this weird night, which I didn't realize was March the 20th in 1971. And I had just been brought up to the Canadiens. And Dave was with the Sabres, and it was the first year of the Sabres, and they weren't going to make the playoffs. And so everybody knew that. And Punch Imlach was the coach. And he kind of liked to see interesting, intriguing things happen. And so this might be interesting and intriguing. So he wanted for us to play against each other. But Al McNeil, our coach, it was Rogie Vachon's turn to play, and he was going to play. So that's how it started. And the odd part is that our dad, who was in Toronto, he calls me up, you know, I don't know, Thursday night or something, and says, I think I'm going to come down for the weekend. And I said, yeah, well, come down for sure, but don't be disappointed, because I know you're going to be disappointed because I'm not playing. And if you're just going to be here and be disappointed, then you may as well stay home. Well, I think I'm going to come. So the game begins, and I'm on the bench, and Dave starts the game, but then he's brought to the bench when Imlach sees that I'm not playing. First period, we're just sitting on the bench, you know, looking at each other. Early in the second period, Rogie Vachon gets hurt. I go in. As soon as I go in, Dave goes in. So for almost 2 periods, and our dad is there.
How come not your mom?
She had a hard time watching games. I mean, it was classic watching her and hearing about her. That if the rink was this way and she's watching the rink, and I'm in one end and Dave is in the other, she'd be like this. And she would kind of look up a little bit when she had a sense that the puck was out of our zone and not in Dave's zone. So she'd follow it in mid-ice, but then we'd be back down like this until finally she sort of asked the two of us if it was okay if she didn't come.
You say that Dave was kind of your hero and he was the guy you wanted to be, but okay, I'm just going to say this. You surpassed him in every way imaginable in your professional careers. Both the teams you played for, the individual accomplishments you achieved that he did not. How awkward did that get at a certain point?
I don't think it did, because Dave wouldn't allow it to be awkward. And I wouldn't either, but he's the one who made it work. And the other part of it is that in terms of goaltending, that we did better than the Buffalo Sabres did. Dave was a teacher, and Dave went back to be a teacher, and he became an elementary school teacher after his hockey career. Then he became a vice principal. Then he became a principal. And I'm not sure that there are too many jobs that have more of an effect on more people than a teacher's job. And Dave was as special a teacher in school as he was to me and everyone else. So, that if you're sort of drawing achievement lines, look there.